anything like this. We simply couldn't afford it. But the nation stood, and the refugees were taken care after. And I think that this war was a terrible war. This was a horrible thing. But there are every bad thing is followed by something good. This actually strengthened us. This war strengthened Georgia, and I have been asked before, do you still hope, well, the question has been asked to me as to a Georgian, do you still have hopes that the territories that were taken, occupied by Russia, invaded by Russia, will be given back to you? And I always answer, no, I do not hope, because hope is a thought for possibility, for probability. No, we are sure that this land will be ours like it has always been, and Georgia shall be victorious.
Last question, I couldn't help noticing on the web over there, you were looking at howitzers, and is that the kind of thing Georgians spend their time thinking about now, like how to defend themselves, or whether they need to arm up, and that sort of thing?
Well, I definitely think they should. They should, because when you are situated next to the hostile countries, and there is help from the Western countries, and let's be honest, that's the biggest factor in the United States.
You mean like arms supplies from the United States?
Well, not that much arms supplies as much as stopping power for Russia, a political power which is backed up, of course, with all the army that America has and all the other influences, of course. I wouldn't think it's all that simple, but we should help ourselves, and because if we do not help ourselves, no one will. And we did not have missiles because no one sold them to us, and we didn't know how to make them. And I think there is enough intellectual, there is enough intellect in Georgia. There is enough intellectual resource to work on defensive technologies, because Israel is a very small country too. But they do defend themselves very well against numerous enemies. So it is a very crucial moment right now for Georgia, and we should be defending ourselves, and we should, of course, thinking of I'm thinking to improve our army, not only by acquiring things from other countries, but also by making our own things. Because, by the way, one of the great American fighting planes, it's called A-10, was designed by a Georgian who lived in United States.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and it was designed in '60s, and it's still being used. Yeah, it's still fighting in Iraq.
Okay, this really is my last question then. Do you think there is the sort of political will for among young Georgians though, or among Georgians in general, for that kind of thing, for more military resources and strengthening the military? Do you think people see that as defending themselves or bringing trouble on themselves?
Well, Georgia has been before in much more severe conditions than it is now, actually. And a big part of population was just vanished in wars. But I don't think that the whole nation's aspiration is military, and they are all about arming themselves. But of course, people that it concerns should be thinking about it. But the rest of people are trying to make their best in each in their profession to build a better economy, to give a better education to the next generations, and make life easier in every other aspect. in defense, economy, culture, because we should pay attention to everything, education, and I'm sure we'll be victorious.